Good morning, everyone. My name is Bertain Aldokun. I'm from our Sydney campus. So I'm based in the South Sydney campus. So as Adam mentioned, for SCU, we have a total of 5 campuses. 2 of the campuses are edu-cooperated, which are Sydney and Melbourne. So Sydney was our first campus that we launched in 2013 November. So I was actually the first employee of Sydney, the first and one employee when we first launched the campus. And then a year after, we launched the Melbourne campus, which is very successful at the moment. And soon, we're having a new campus, which the location is still a surprise. And so, firstly, I would actually like to thank you all for your support since we launched the campus. Our first intake in February, we had 14 students. Second intake, we had 17 students. The year after, we had 140 students, and the next intake, we had 180 students commenced. So we had a huge increase, and the ones that are working with Australia, you all know how competitive the Australian market is. We have a new university campus opening up nearly every year or every 6 months. So with your support, we managed to grow big. I would also like to say thank you to our regional managers, which some of them I met face-to-face the first time I visited here. Sachin, I met before. Anish, I've spoken to many, many times, including Pankaj as well. The rest of the team, I haven't seen face-to-face, and I must say, you guys have done a great work, and I'm really delighted to finally meet you guys face-to-face. And so recently, because of the growth of the application numbers, which was so rapid, our admissions could not cope with the number that we were receiving. So yesterday during our session, I think it was really good that we got the feedback from everybody. And actually, I'm glad that everybody gave us the feedback really honestly, that they were really frustrated. So we do apologize for the delay, and we thank you for your patience. But we do have some good news to announce today. So during our stay in Goa, we've been discussing with our regional managers, with Sachin, with Adam, and with our admissions manager in Sydney. So we have been establishing a new admissions team. So we have extra resources, and we're going to be able to give you promise you some faster turnaround time today. So before we go to the turnaround time, I just want to mention something about the email subject, which is going to really help speed up the turnaround time. Now, sometimes we receive applications with just urgent, ASAP, new offer. So to be able to track the offer and to be able to give a good turnaround time, we need to be able to use these subject lines, because there's still going to be times close to the intake date where we're going to have enormous number of applications coming through. So we need to have some subject lines so our team can actually filter through our system. And for example, if you're going to send applications for November intake, our team can sit down and pull out old applications for November intake, and those will come out really fast. So if you look at it, basically we need to know if the student is onshore or offshore. That's number one. Number two, we need the intake date, which is simply March, July, or October, or November. And we need the subject, which actually gives us what the email is for. So if it's a new application, a brand new application, please put new app on the subject. Because what we're going to do, for example, if we receive 100 new applications today, and tomorrow is the last day for the cutoff date, our staff is going to filter all the emails by new app, just so we have all the new applications processed and issued into offer letters before the cutoff date. And same with GT or payment. If we have a deadline coming close to the COE date, then we're going to have all the applications filtered by the COE and payment date, and then we're going to make sure those COEs are out before the deadline so you can apply for your visa application. Obviously, we need the student number, student name, student name is very, very important. It's important for the regional managers as well and for admissions because you're going to be following up with your regional managers. Sometimes admissions will send the offer back, maybe not send it directly to you, but to the regional manager. So if you, for example, follow up with Chami, where is my offer letter for the student? Chami can quickly search on his own email with the student name and find out if the offer has actually been sent to him or not. So these are the 4 things that we really need to follow. Please, everybody, make a note of this. We're actually going to be distributing the sheet through our regional managers so they can email it to you. This is really going to help us speed it up because in the next slide, we're going to be giving you some good news about some turnaround time. So yesterday during our session from 3 o'clock till I think it was 6 o'clock when we left, it was a great pleasure to meet you all. And like I said one more time, I really appreciate the feedback. We need to get the negative feedback. If you don't tell us what the problem is, we will not have a chance to fix it up. So please feel free to be always in touch with your regional managers and give them the feedback. We are in constant in touch with the regional managers. They're always going to be telling us the feedback, and I'm based on the campus, so for our regional managers, it's very difficult. Like I said, especially during the period of January and February where we had the applications spiked up, I'm sure you guys were calling up our regional managers every day for the offer. They were doing their best to chase up with the main campus, but in some cases, their hands are tied up as well. So that's why we are there in the campus, so we can constantly communicate with them and make sure these applications are coming out on time. So, keep calm, we have some good news. So from mid-September onwards, all new applications for SCU, Sydney and Melbourne is going to be 3 days maximum. Now we know we made a promise before and we couldn't keep it for too long, but this time we have increased our admission staff from 2 people to 12 people. Now, 3 days we're going to have 100%. Our aim from October onwards is going to be 24 hours. The reason for this is we're getting some additional new staff resources based in India. So we're going to have a really fast turnaround time. The staff based in India is going to be working very closely with Anish, with the GT team. So we're aiming with additional staff in India to have a 24-hour turnaround time. And I believe we will be able to have this turnaround time, but please keep in mind, we need to have the subject titles as mentioned on the sheet. Now, we're actually not going to go over the courses because you guys have been very supportive and sending us many students, so everybody's aware of the courses that we're running. One of the main reasons why we came over here is we wanted to discuss with you and our regional managers the frustration that everybody's been having during the past 6 months. So now we've been working hard, and turnaround time is going to be speed up. So I think a lot of you asked me a lot of questions yesterday, but if you have any other questions in regards to admissions turnaround time or our courses, please feel free to raise it now. No questions? I think, yes.
One of the concerns that we've had is that SCU is also not issuing offers in case, they're not issuing conditional offers. And what we've been told is that in case the English result is awaited, along with any of the final result, the offer would not be issued, whereas all of the universities would be very happy to issue offers in those cases, keeping in mind the previous results of the student. So we do lose out on a lot of students just because of this regulation that conditional offers would not be issued in cases whereby the English result as well as the final result of the student is yet awaited.
So basically, what we also have within these new information that we released today, we also have a sheet which is going to give you the conditions where we can issue the conditional offer. So English, at the moment, we can't issue unconditional English offers until we have the score. But the new rules that we're going to be announcing probably by next week, it's going to be distributed to our regional managers. It's going to give you a more clear idea on under what circumstances we can issue offers, conditional offers, and under which circumstances we can't. So I think under next week, when we review our list, you will have a more clear idea on how we can issue conditional offers and which cases we can't.
No, the idea is already there. The thing is that if the English, say the IELTS, and the final result is not been declared, in those cases, would we be going ahead with the conditional offers or not?
At this stage, we will not be going ahead.
Not being, okay. Because we do lose out lots of students because of that. The final result is awaited, the exams have been given by the students, and you know, students need to get their loans done, and we just don't get the offers for those. While you know, all other universities do that. Literally everybody does that. So that's something I think we must look into.
It's actually a very good feedback. I think we probably need to work on that as well. Thanks. Any other questions? I think everybody asked the questions yesterday in those 3 hours. Well, once again, thank you for being here. And again, thank you for your support. Like I said, our turnaround time is now fixed. Admission is fixed, so trust on us. And any application that's delayed, we're constantly in contact with your region managers. We will ensure that we have a fast turnaround time. And now I'm going to pass on back to Adam. Thank you.